You're too available. Your time, your energy, your attention, given away like it costs nothing. And that's why no one respects it. Robert Greene's words hit harder today than ever. What is rare is valuable. What is abundant is cheap. You answer texts in seconds. You show up to everything. You let anyone speak your name, and you never correct them. But powerful men, they move differently. They move in silence, because presence isn't about being seen. It's about being felt. And you cannot be felt when you're always around. This is Deionos, where timeless philosophy becomes a weapon for modern war. If you've been too accessible, too eager, too quick to respond, this video will show you why you must become hard to reach and how the world will treat you very differently once you do. Subscribe now, not for entertainment, but for mastery. Let's begin. Society tells you to be open, always responsive, always ready. They frame it as kindness, but in reality, it's control. Seneca wrote, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Every time you respond instantly, every time you say yes to what doesn't serve you, every time you explain yourself to people who don't deserve your words, you're bleeding power. Availability is not generosity. It's leakage. And the men who guard their energy, they're not cold, they're calculated. Here's a hard truth. The weaker you feel inside, the more you need to be seen. That's why most men boast endlessly, over-explain, justify, show up in places they're not respected in, just to be included. It's the performance of relevance. But powerful men, they disappear and return stronger. They don't need attention because they've built presence. Power is in the shadow. Let others take the spotlight. Silence isn't passive. Silence is tactical. Carl Jung taught that when we become silent, we confront the parts of ourselves that noise was protecting us from. And most people fear that silence because it forces clarity. But when you master it, you learn to speak only when it matters, to disappear until your name precedes your presence. Think of Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated samurai. He avoided unnecessary fights. He rarely spoke. But when he did, the entire battlefield listened. In every system, from technology to conversation, there's a difference between signal and noise. Most men are noise. Constant output, little impact. Powerful men, on the other hand, they speak with purpose. They vanish to build. They return with weight. A lion doesn't need to announce it's a lion. The more you speak, post, explain, and show up uninvited, the more you dilute your value. If you want your voice to matter, you must first make your silence meaningful. Let's break this down. Powerful men don't answer instantly. They create space. Don't explain themselves. They express boundaries without apology. Don't chase. They attract through focus, discipline, and direction. Don't share everything. They protect their vision until it's unshakable. Don't fear absence. They know absence builds mystery, and mystery builds magnetism. They are hard to reach, and that's exactly why people reach for them. Being hard to reach isn't about being arrogant. It's about becoming sacred with your presence. Here's how to start. 1. Delay your responses. Train people not to expect instant access. Value doesn't live in urgency. It lives in intention. 2. Limit your circle. Not everyone should get your time. Energy is currency, and most people spend it poorly. 3. Control your output. You don't need to share everything. Let people wonder what you're building. 4. Disappear to evolve. Take time off. Go into the cave. When you return, let your results speak louder than your words ever could. 5. Build a presence that echoes without you. Be so disciplined they feel your focus when you're not in the room. So consistent they hear your name in every silence. So undeniable they chase your shadow. Because even that holds more weight than their words. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet found time for deep journaling. He didn't flood the Roman Senate with speeches. He wrote for himself. That's presence. Julius Caesar disappeared from Rome for years. When he returned, he crossed the Rubicon and changed history. Steve Jobs didn't tweet daily. He showed up once, and everyone paid attention. David Goggins doesn't self-promote. His name travels because of his work. Robert Greene spent 5 years writing the 48 Laws and let the silence do the marketing. When you become hard to reach, people value your time. You regain mental clarity. You stop being drained by those who don't deserve you. You build an aura, not through arrogance, but through intentionality. Powerful men are not always present, but when they arrive, the entire room recalibrates. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Withdraw into yourself. As long as your inner self is grounded, the noise of the world means nothing." Let me leave you with this. If your phone owns your attention, if everyone gets your time, if you feel the need to constantly be seen, you are not building power. You are bleeding it. In the age of noise, the man who masters silence becomes a force of nature. So stop explaining. Stop showing up just to be seen. Stop giving everyone access to a life they haven't earned a seat in. Become rare, become focused, become hard to reach. This is Deionos, where timeless philosophy becomes a weapon in modern war. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, not just to support my work, but to commit to your own self-mastery. Disappear to forge yourself in silence, to build the body, the mind, the mission. When they wonder where you went, let your results make the noise. Let your comeback speak louder than your presence ever could. If you've made it this far, thank you. Your attention is rare, your time sacred. If this video moved you, leave a like. Not for me, but as a mark of your own commitment. And until next time, stay sharp, stay sovereign,